Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Indie Author Book Club. If you like Christmas books, if you like those cosy vibes for Christmas, you're going to want to stick around because you've been invited to a Scottish Christmas. So for those of you who've not been here before, my name is Tracy Mayhew and I write contemporary romances set here in the UK and YA fantasy fiction based on myths and legends. Now, before I start this review, I'm going to say that the author of A Scottish Christmas is Emma Bennet. She is a hybrid author, so she's not completely indie author, but I think that qualifies her enough to be included in the Indie Author Book Club. So without further ado, let's get into the review. So when we first meet our main character, Rose, she's working in a tacky Christmas shop in London. She seems quite dissatisfied with her life. She's got this boss who's not all that great, and she's working 0-hour contract. So it's safe to say she's not happy. There's stuff that's happened in her past that has kind of led her to this point, and she's set adrift, I think, in life. But then in walks a guy called Alistair, and he promptly offers her a job. Turns out he's a laird from Scotland, and he wants her to kind of come up to Edinburgh with him and organise his Christmas for him, because for some reason he's late on doing all the organisation. He hasn't organised anything and he's in desperate, dire straits and needs her help. As you can understand, Rose is quite uncertain about this. She's not sure who this guy is. She's a bit wary. But after a little bit of research and she speaks to his assistant, she decides she's got nothing else to lose. She's going to go for it. And then she begins her journey up to Scotland. So the characters in this book really stood out for me. I really liked Rose as a main character. She's not too sweet. She's really likeable. And her journey is really heartfelt. And I was cheering her on all the way. Alistair, on the other hand, seems a little bit more standoffish when we first meet him. You're not quite sure how to take him in the initial chapters and the initial opening of the book. But once he's back in Scotland, once he's sort of like on his home turf, if you like, he kind of loosens up a little bit. We get to see a different side of him. And we also get to see him as single dad to Isla, who is awesome. I love Isla. Sometimes in Christmas books, you kind of get these child characters who can be a bit too sweet and a little bit, like, I find them quite annoying because they're just too perfect. But Isla, she isn't. She's very believable. She's very likeable. And yeah, she's just a character that I just got on board with straight away. But my favourite character has to be Houdini the goat. He gets up to all kinds of tricks and he's Isla's pet. He thinks he's a dog. I'm not going to say too much more than that, but he's just a really sweet character that I just love. As an animal lover, if you love animals, you're going to love Houdini. That's all I'm going to say. We all need a Houdini in our lives. Trust me on that one. Now, part of the reason why I love Christmas books so much is for the activities that people get up to in the lead up to Christmas. For me, that makes a Christmas book. And you can get some books that really hit the mark on this and some books that kind of miss it. But Scottish Christmas definitely falls into the category where Emma Bennet hit the mark on this one. She includes lots of different activities for the kids to do, for the adults to do, and it was just lovely. There was ice skating in there. There was visiting Father Christmas with some of the children. One of my other favourite activities was the pamper session that Rose organised for Isla and her friends, and the Yule log hunting as well. I've never read a book where anyone goes Yule log hunting. I've never included it as a tradition in any of my books, so it was really nice to see this tradition being included as well. And to see Rose's take on it, because she's never experienced it either. This is very much an Alistair kind of moment. And yeah, her reaction would have been my reaction, I'll be honest with you. Overall, I felt that Rosie's journey in this story was very real, very believable and very heartfelt. As I said before, I was cheering her on from the start. She's just someone that you really want to kind of, and you feel her pain, like, because the idea of this job is it ends on Christmas Eve. So the reality is she's leaving on Christmas Eve. But as things start to progress and she feels like she's more part of the community up there, she kind of feels that dread, that impending dread that she's going to have to leave. And God, did I feel that with her. I was praying that she could find a way to stay. I'm not going to say if she did or not. I'm not going to say what happened. But I will say that the epilogue did bring a tear or two to my eye. It's not often that I cry in a story, but yeah, this one did get some reaction from me. So well done, Emma Bennet, on that one. And the last thing I will say is that Alistair and Rosa's relationship is the most painful but also the most enjoyable slow burn I've read for a little while. I just wanted to scream at them at times. Like, I just wanted to knock their heads together and just make them say, kiss, damn it. Do you know what I mean? It was just one of those moments where I just kind of like, I didn't know what else to do other than shake them or scream at them, but they wouldn't be able to hear me anyway. But yeah, it was really good, and it just made me want to keep reading and seeing how that relationship developed. So I definitely recommend this book to anyone who loves Christmas, anyone who loves animals, anyone who loves like the family vibe, the whole kind of community kind of feel. It's just a really good book, and definitely something that you should include in your Christmas reading list for this year. As always, I will be leaving links to A Scottish Christmas down below in the description box, so feel free to check that out. So that's it for another Indie Author Book Club episode. If you want to check out some of the other books that I have reviewed in the past, in the last few weeks, you can do so over here. Other than that, I will be back with a brand new video next week where I will hopefully be giving you an update as to what I'm doing with Bella Notte and where I am in the writing with that. So it will be a writing vlog behind the writing desk writing vlog video next week, hopefully. So until then, I will see you next week. Have a great week. Bye.